Your Honor, my name is Mr. Kumar, and I'll be appearing on behalf of the Crown in relation to the sentencing matter of Mr. Bell. Mr. Bell has pleaded guilty on the day of trial on 2 counts of possession with the intent to supply, one in relation to Class A and the other in relation to Class B drugs, contrary to Section 5.3 of the Misuse of Drugs Act of 1971. The facts of the case are that on the 3rd of October 2020, Mr. Bell was dealing drugs on the school grounds of Haven High School in Leicester. Mr. Bell was found to have in his possession 100 pounds in cash, 5 wraps of cannabis, and 25 wraps of cocaine with a total street value of 550 pounds. Mr. Bell was arrested and taken to Keyham Lane Police Station, where he was interviewed and charged. At the time of the offense, Mr. Bell was 17 years of age and is currently 18 years old. With regards to the culpability on the Class A offense, Mr. Bell had a considerable role due to his financial gain and awareness of the scale of the operation, which is evidenced by his messages. These show that he was owed 450 pounds from multiple deals. The Crown submits that this was a Category 3 offense as Mr. Bell sold directly to users. This carries a sentencing range of 3 years and 6 months to 7 years custody, with a starting point of 4 years and 6 months. With regards to the Class B offense, the Crown submits that Mr. Bell had a lesser role as a result of being pressured into the selling of drugs, and this too was a Category 3 offense. The Crown also submits that the court impose a concurrent sentence on both counts, as the cannabis only had a street value of 50 pounds, and both offenses arise from the same facts when considering the totality principle. However, Mr. Bell did plead guilty on the day of trial, and in accordance with Section 73 of the Sentencing Code, this entitles Mr. Bell to a maximum 10% reduction in sentence. With regard to the aggravating factors, Mr. Bell did deal drugs on school premises, and this constitutes as a statutory aggravating factor. He dealt on premises where children and other vulnerable people were present, and Mr. Bell was aware of the impact this would have on the community, as the school had a known drug problem, and a previous student had already been suspended. The pre-sentencing report shows that Mr. Bell has a medium risk of reoffending, and notwithstanding his guilty plea, Mr. Bell has a blasé attitude towards Class A and Class B drugs and maintains a Class B drug habit to the tune of 100 pounds a week. With regards to the mitigating factors, Mr. Bell has no previous convictions. He has attained 2 A's and a B at A level while suspended and during lockdown, and is currently studying history at Birmingham University. Mr. Bell is known to have raised money for his local youth club and regularly helps his disabled neighbor with shopping and other chores. As a result of pleading guilty, Mr. Bell has saved the court time and the taxpayer expense. The Crown would like to remind the court that at the time of the offense, Mr. Bell was a youth. Given the subject of the offense, the Crown requests the forfeiture and destruction of the drugs. Finally, Your Honor, unless I can be of any further assistance, this now brings me to the end of my submissions.